So we're done with the real estate selling season. Crap. What's the next year look like? Historically, the high season for buying and selling homes is March 1st through mid-July. Why am I saying the selling season's over? Because if you don't have your home on the market right now, there's a real good chance you won't be prepared to have it on the market by July 15th, when the entire season almost completely slows down to a stop. I'm George Philbeck. This is my incredibly talented wife, Jackie. She is actually at a strategy session. That's what we call a listing appointment, because the truth is, it's not a listing appointment. It's a strategizing session on what we can do to help strategize to assure we're getting the seller what they're looking for. We have these same sessions with buyers as well. If you haven't figured it out, we're both real estate agents. This is what we do and we love. We are going to talk about what's going on in June in the Central Florida area as well as Greater Orlando. Let's kick this off. As you know, I use data and charts and graphs and circles and arrows with paragraphs on the back. If you know what song that's from, put it in the chat. You're a friend of mine already. Here's the thing. I use that because I really want us to have some supporting information. We're talking about this real estate market, particularly when it's about to fall off a cliff like it probably is right now. Let's get started with inventory, and I'm going to use the Florida market as a whole. As a note, I do a ton of research to bring you facts and support for them, but I also use reventure.app, which is an incredible for data regarding real estate. And this is good for any state, anywhere. Now, I don't get paid for this. I'm going to say that again. I got nothing for it. In fact, I'm a paid subscriber. It's just great information. If you're buying a home, you might want to look at this because you need this information regardless of what your state you're in. Okay, let's keep going. We're looking at the for sale inventory for the state of Florida. I noticed that it really dropped off in 2020 across the state as the pandemic came in. And of course, we had a ton of people in 2021 and 22 wanting to move to Florida. Take a look at the number in 2022. That's 38,095 homes available for sale in the entire state. No wonder the prices have gone through the roof. But wait, our active inventory is way up. This is the number of homes currently for sale. 135,258 homes for sale on the market. Over 350% more homes on the market than 2022 and rising. Now for the shocker. Now remember, we talked about Florida with 135,000 homes, but I want you to look at the colors. Now the colors indicate where there is a surplus of homes or a massive increase. The first thing that comes to mind is, of course, just north of us, Georgia, as well as North Carolina, Texas, and obviously California. Now there are a couple other states where things are going up, but what we're finding is that the number one place with the most amount of homes across the entire country is the state of Florida. Texas has 95,000 homes, California 42,000 homes, North Carolina 24,000, and Georgia 30,000 homes. This state has way more homes available than any other state in the entire nation. Well, that was painful. Let's take a look at the number of homes sold in Central Florida and see how that holds up. You're looking at the last couple of years of homes sold in Central Florida, and as always, we're going to start on the right-hand side of the graph. You'll notice that in the month of May, we sold 3,486 homes. Now that's down about 300 homes from 2023 May and 700 homes from 2022 May. For the record, I noticed that May and June are historically the busiest months for sales, as exampled in 2023 and 2022. Unfortunately, you'll notice a drop-off in sales right after May and June, as we can see in 2022 and 2023. So this is why I think the market is pretty much slipping away from us. We've got the most homes available of any other state in the nation. Don't misunderstand me. I still think Florida is a phenomenal place to live. I love it here. However, this is the average Central Florida sale price, and as you can see, it continues to rise. That's a bad thing. And let's take a look at the state as a whole. The average sale price continues to rise and is now at $399,000, $400,000, and that's up from $130,000 at our low of 2012. That is too much too quick. Let's take a look at nationwide at this point. Now, the states in red are obviously have a higher sale price average than we do. California leading with 786,000, Washington State with almost 600,000, and Colorado with 550,000. Now, there are other states that are close to us, but we're still at $399,000. That puts us above almost all states except for New England. With the economy we're in, with our prices going up, with the interest rates, which we'll cover in a few minutes, going up, there's a whole lot going on. By the way, I want to ask you a favor for Jackie and I, and it's because we're doing our darndest to make sure that we're improving all the time. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like the content included in this video, and if you leave a comment, I promise we're going to answer. We try and get to every single one of those ourselves. We do personally respond. It would mean the world of us. Now let's get back to the show. Okay, let's just get interest rates out of the way because that is the devil in the room. Here's the graph, and the summary is, as you can see, on the right-hand side, the interest rates are 7.44%. It's still way over the 7% range, and that's way too high. Now, I still say they're going to come down, but the last time I said that, I got a big chocolate cream pie in the face, and that sucked. So here's a quick summary. I believe the interest rates are going to come down. I don't think that they're going to come down right away. I think it's going to be towards the end of the year. The buying season is just about over. That's the buying selling season. If you're interested in buying and you're able to wait a couple months, you're going to see some price adjustments, I believe. I do think that the interest rates will come down into the low sixes, hopefully the high fives, probably right before the election would be my guess. I am not betting a pie in the face on this one. So here's the problem. If the prices continue to rise, it'll counterbalance with my projection that the interest rates are lowering, but currently, and let's look at the interest rates, our interest rates are not lowering and our prices are going up, which affects our affordability, and our current affordability is at 55.71%. Currently, our affordability is still rising. So what does that mean? It means the average Floridian is paying, assuming they make $100,000 a year as a family income, they're paying over 55% just on principal and interest. That doesn't include insurance, which we all know is going up. It doesn't include taxes, which we know are going up. And that means that they cannot get a loan. We have outpriced the average person in our value because our interest rates are high and because our property values are high. Lower either one of these adjustments, lower them both, and we're back in business. And what I mean by business is sustainable. I'm not interested in you buying or selling at this point. I'm interested in you being knowledgeable. If you want to buy and sell, we can help. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. That's not the purpose of this. Right now, this is wonky. Consider, though, that if you have a car loan, a student loan, if you have any other outstanding debt that's at least 11 months before it's settled, it'll show up against your debt to income ratio. Currently, this shows that 55.71% of their income goes directly to their principal and interest. That's not the rest of their debt, and it's not mortgageable. So people can't move to the state of Florida. We still have a lot of people coming here. That's great. We got people leaving now, going to Ohio, going to places that literally are more affordable. We are outpricing the average American. If you own a home, you're in a really good place. You probably have a lower rate. You probably have some equity at this point. It is paper. It is not real. You're probably in a very good position and enjoy the Florida lifestyle. I love it here, and I will eventually buy another property, but I'm going to wait a little bit. That's what I'm telling you. If you have the luxury, hang tight. If you need to sell, do what you got to do. Do it quickly. Get some good advice. Get good direction on what to do. Have somebody give you a strategy meeting, what we call it, what Jackie and I call it, so that we can find out what your priorities are. If you're able to rent as opposed to buying, you might want to sell and consider doing that. If you're buying and you're buying long-term, you're good. You'll be able to adjust the interest rates down. I don't think we're going to drop off more than maybe 10% at the absolute most, and not across the board in all of Florida as a whole in Florida. The entire housing market is on incredibly shaky ground nationwide. I talked about this earlier, about this bubble, about the collapse, and I did a video previously about the bubble. It really kind of diagrammed how it worked and what we can expect. I'm going to make sure that plays at the end of this video. I'll also put a link for it down below. You probably want to watch that one. Very informative, pretty quick and straight to the point. At the very end of this video, we're going to roll comparative market analysis, kind of an overview of your market. We can do it for you. There's a form down below. Simply fill it out, give us your name, your email address, and your address of your property, and we'll work on it. In fact, I'll do you one better. I like to do this for my friends, for my family. I'm going to do a customizable search where I do a lot of research and find the 3 homes that appraiser is going to use to value your home in this current market, so I can give you real numbers as opposed to a computer generated one. Fill out the information down below. I'll take care of that for you. That about wraps it up for Jackie and I. Want to thank you so much for watching. Again, check this video out that's coming about the bubble that we spoke of from my wife, Jackie, from myself. Please like, subscribe, comment. You value, you matter. You're the one that we do this for. Have an amazing day. We'll see you at the next video. Bye now. So the reports that we create for our friends and our family include obviously the information about the home as well as the current estimated value as you're seeing on these 2 pages. Now we also go a lot deeper into home facts and the extended home facts as well. And this allows us to really refine our value. And you'll actually see that the last page we're going to talk about is the refined home value, which includes some adjustments that would be made as well. Now, this is a 81-page report that will be sent to you that is very specific to your home, your community, and everything else. It is important that you have all the facts when making such an important decision.